Hello, everybody, and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope that everyone is doing well and taking care of themselves as much as possible. And yeah, so remember that this is a collective reading. So only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And with that, we shall get started. So go ahead and take a breather and see which one of these beautiful crystals calls to you. And I shall see you at your reading. Hello, pile one. If you picked this beautiful fossil here, I am not quite sure the name of this one. So many to keep track of, but if you know the name for this beautiful fossilized crystal, if you could share it in the comments, that would be lovely to educate others. So we're going to start with your reading. This will reveal at the end. Like always, I like to reveal the oracles right at the end because they just seem to just connect with all the information that comes out. And I always love that. Or possibly even more advice for others. So with that, we begin. Infinite Spirit, that is and always will be, please allow me to be a vessel of a messenger for the collective of Pile 1. May all the information that come out be for their greatest, highest good, without hurting anyone, please. So we're looking at past energies here. Present. And future. Okay. This one's interesting. Okay. So what I am sensing here from the past few weeks, there has been, a mix of satisfaction, but not to your liking or not to what you wish it should be according to you and your perception. There is a lack mentality that you are in or have been in the past few weeks. Sometimes when we don't exactly have what we want, even though we have more than what usual people would have, it can cause us to be a little bit to just look at all the negativity instead of all the positive and all the good things that we have in our present moment in our life. And this has to do more with the material realm. So either there's been issues with health, there's been issues with bills, money, living the life that you are used to living. I'm guessing there's been a little bit of a shake up in your foundation in terms of like keeping everything in order. I can probably sense that some people here have to shift money from place to place to keep up with the lifestyle that they want, and it's causing this conflict within. So yeah, so these are the past energies. Okay, currently there is, okay, currently there is this sense of, you stepping into your power in terms of speaking up for yourself. Perhaps this feeling of unsatisfaction is coming from you not speaking your truth completely about what you want and how you want your life to be. So perhaps there's some awakening happening here where you're realizing that, wait a minute, like maybe this is the life that I used to want, but now you are shifting and you are speaking up about whatever it is that has been bothering you, either in your work life, in your home. um yeah, there's this empowerment happening this week, this present time. It's like you're realizing that if you don't speak up, you're not going to be able to get the life or manifest the things that you truly want for your life. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for future is that, yes, it's good that you are speaking up and wanting a change or realizing that you need a change. Yeah, and but I'm seeing here that because of you realizing what you don't want anymore, it's kind of like there's this sense of feeling of rushing. There's this sense of feeling of like I gotta flip now. I gotta change things now. Like it has to happen now. And it's almost like this forced feeling, this forced emotion, this forced energy, I want to say. And here, let me see. Let me ask for some advice. Okay, could you tell me some advice on how to move forward? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, guys. So they are definitely saying that this change, this realization, it's good that you're speaking up. Definitely speak up. Share what you need to share to adjust the vision for the future. But they are saying that this change is going to take time. It's going to take time. And there's this saying in Spanish, las cosas buenas toman tiempo, meaning good things take time. They take time. So they're saying that you are going to be able to do the changes and make the changes that you need for your life, but you're gonna have to be patient, very, very patient. And I'm guessing that someone here in this pile, this collective, does not have the patience or hasn't cultivated the patience for long-term goals. So if you have a long-term vision, do not allow your uncertainty, your anxiety, and your fears of things not happening take the wheel and control of the speed that you want this to happen. When we force things, they don't come out in the best ways. So they are advising you that whatever change, whatever it is that you want to make for your life and your home, take your time. Don't rush the process. Don't rush yourself, because if you rush yourself, you're going to burn out. You're going to also come off in the wrong way to certain people. You're going to rub people the wrong way with the energy of frustration and irritability that things are not going your way. So these are all things that they're telling you that you need to look out for. You need to look out for that feeling of desperation. Don't allow for that feeling of I gotta, like that pressure. It's like this pressure that you feel that you need, that it needs to happen now or else. And they're saying no. You're gonna be fine. The changes are gonna happen, but it's going to take time. Okay, but this looks like something positive. Whatever it is that you are building towards, it's going to happen. Just don't become overwhelmed. I can't say don't become overwhelmed, right? But like, you have to work on that. So you got to work on that. You got to work on your patience. You got to work on that. So yeah, that's what they're saying. The advice for you today, for this week, is yes, speak up on what you want to what you want things to change, where you want them to change. Perhaps you changed your mind as well about certain things, and they're saying to go ahead and speak your, speak your truth. There is nothing wrong with changing your mind. There is nothing wrong with changing perspectives about things as well. And I feel that the more we give ourselves grace, just and we are able to speak our truth and admit that we can change our minds and our perspectives, there is power in that, because you're also allowing the person in front of you to give themselves that opportunity to say, like, wow, like, you know what, I can change my mind and speak about it, and it, it's okay. There's people that sometimes end up making things their whole identity, and it's not, and that's okay, and people can change their minds, and I'm just gonna say that, okay? So yes, there could be also that during this week you will have to speak up about your values and your morals. There might be a little bit of friction in the workplace because of this, but they're saying don't force your opinions on people. Also, just speak your truth. Just speak your truth. When just that's all it is. Yeah. So with that, I will read your oracle card. This beautiful oracle deck was gifted to me by a very close friend of mine, childhood friend, and I'm very grateful. Okay, so your oracle card is bendiciones, which is blessings. So I'm just gonna read what it says. So the overall advice. Let's see. Okay. Blessings are an integral part of the Latinx language and culture, from the Indian high priest who performed despacho ceremonies, blessing rituals, in the mountains, to a layperson offering bendiciones when they answer the phone, part ways, or close written correspondences. Parents almost always verbally bless their children at the end of every call or visit. This practice is not associated with any particular religion, but with a desire to extend protection and good health to loved ones. We have the power to manifest abundance or scarcity depending on our mindset. When we incorporate bendiciones into our daily routines, we are choosing to acknowledge the boundless source of abundance and go to generosity share it with others. So it says, this is your affirmation that they advise you to repeat. I am grateful for this heartbeat, this breath, and this moment. I choose to see the abundance in life. Count your blessings. Train yourself to notice the abundance around you and to be open to receiving blessings. Practice making your first and last thoughts of the day thoughts of gratitude. So yes, I love it, because it does definitely come back to this first card right here, the last weeks, the past weeks, where there's this feeling of unsatisfaction with the material realm. Again, it could be how much money you're making, it could be the home that you're in, it could be the health that you have at this moment. And like I said, the more we look at the things that we don't want in our life, the things that we don't like, we're giving our power and our energy to that part. So what they're saying is we have to shift the way that we're seeing things. Like I said, we have to shift our perspective and our view to the things that we do have, and express gratitude for the things that we do have at this moment. Do not take for granted everything that you have already built with all that hard work. Okay, so with that, I send you my love, my blessings. I send you blessings, and I hope that I know that you will definitely be okay. Just make sure that you work on your patience. It's going to come. Just be patient. Okay? With that, I leave you, and I hope to see you next week. Take care. Hello, pile 2. If you pick this beautiful Shiva stone, this is your pile and your reading. Okay, so the oracle card will be revealed at the end of the reading to tie up the advice, the final advice. And with that, we will start. We will see what the past energies of last week and the weeks before, what you are working with at your present moment, and what is to come, and what energies you need to work through, look out for, etc., etc. All right, infinite spirit that is and always will be, please allow me to be a vessel of a messenger for the collective of pile 3, please. Wow, just a strong start here. Okay, and the outcome. Okay, that was a little bit too much. Let me do this again. Okay, all right. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit, I don't want to say difficult, but there is information here that they are not going to allow me to fully see. But the things that I can see and the message is like, they're saying that you are definitely very connected. This is interesting. I wonder if it's the same people from the last week, but anyway. So right now they're saying that you have a very high intuition at this moment, that you feel this. Oh, okay. So listen to your gut this week. There is a lot of downloads, a lot of intuitive pulls that you are getting that you got last week, that this week you will be finding out. So if you have been suspecting about something or someone hiding or information that hasn't been clear, this week it will be all cleared up. Let me see. The thing is that they gave me the moon for your present energy, which means that you are pretty much out of the loop of things. It's like you can sense that there is something that needs to be said. There is something that you need to know to either make a decision or to just have clarity. And they're saying that this week you'll get that clarity, okay? And they're also saying that if this week you might even end up having a lot of vivid dreams, astral projection. And they're saying to pay close attention to your dreams. If you do not have a dream journal by your bed, I suggest you have one, because you're going to get a lot of messages pertaining to either a family member or or something to have to do with the home. So there's going to be information coming out. But let me see. Could you tell us anything more about the information that might be coming out? Let's see. Okay. So interesting. So there might be either like a pregnancy in the family. It could even be that a son got someone pregnant, or that there's just something about or maybe even a marriage proposal, someone getting married. It doesn't have to be bad, guys. But I do see here, unfortunately, that for some of you, not all of you, are going to experience anxiety when this is revealed. It might even come in a form of a nightmare. Uh, that's interesting. So yes, but let's see. What advice could you give pile two and how to deal with this situation? Okay. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so they're saying that you're gonna have options in dealing with whatever situation this could be, pertaining to your family, pertaining to your home, so on and so forth. There's going to be options, and they're saying that don't implode. Do not implode. Do not um okay, let me see. Yeah, this is going to be quite a bit of a heavy news heavy, because it seems that this is going to possibly, you might possibly feel a little down on yourself, down on maybe disappointment in the family or this family member. Okay, so this is good news. So they're saying that even though every option and this everything that you are visualizing, when you get this news, and everything that you will visualize is going to be the most negative thing, or it's going to be very hard for you to find the good in whatever outcome could happen with the situation. But they're saying that even though this might feel like a misfortune, or might even feel like a mistake, or it might feel like this is going to ruin family connections, they're saying that no, like somehow this unpleasant information that's going to come out is somehow going to lead to abundance for you. I don't know in which way, but they're saying that at the end, when the dust is settled, after this information comes out, after you have processed it, after you have accepted it, that the future outcome of after the disappointment is going to be abundance. The universe has a very interesting and funny way of giving and taking away. So yeah, and I don't even want to say take away, because I don't think that I don't think anything is being taken away. If anything, it's probably going to be an added stress, but you will manage, and this will be a very abundant unfortunate event or thing that happened. So they're saying when you get this information is revealed, try your hardest not to go down a dark path, not to let your intrusive thoughts and your fears to take a hold of what the outcome could be for this information. That's not going to feel good, okay? And yes, so let's see what the last advice card is. Okay, potential. So you got the potential card as your final advice to tie up this whole reading, and I'm going to read it to you. All right, here we go. The legend of the mythical city in El Dorado originated when Spanish conquistadors heard rumors of a tribal chief of a Muisca people in Colombia who covered himself in gold dust and sailed on a raft, making offerings of gold and jewels to the goddess in the Guatavia lagoon. Over time, this story grew into a fable about a hidden city where all the buildings were made of gold. It sent many men on perilous quests in search of hidden treasures. Though the area has been explored many times, the golden figurines have been retrieved from the lagoon. The actual city was never found. Some say that it was a place indigenous people made up to fool and divert conquistadores away from their territory. No matter where the truth lies, we can view El Dorado as a symbol of unfulfilled potential, a magical source within ourselves. We can choose to nurture our potential and attend to that source, or deny its existence and cut ourselves off from the riches we have to offer. So, this is the affirmation. My potential is an infinite source of inspiration and renewal. Okay? So, how can you discover your hidden potential? What offerings can you make to this place? Okay. Interesting. So, they are definitely saying that there is going to be potential that you can that whatever information comes out has potential for you to be able to make it into something fruitful for yourself. So whatever information is given to you this week, figure out how you can tap into that potential and what abundance is there for you. And I think it's going to take a little time for you to figure that out, because you are going to have to process whatever information comes out. So yes, take the time and process what you need to process. And yeah, but they're saying that there is potential, good potential, that can come out of this situation that will be revealed to you this week. Okay? With that, I send you my love and I send you my blessings. And yes, I hope to see you next week. And with that, I say bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful tourmaline quartz, then this is your reading. I will reveal the oracle card at the end of the reading to tie up the advice for the week. And with that, we shall start. Infinite Spirit that is and always will be, please allow me to be a vessel of a messenger for pile number 3, the collective of pile number 3. May all the information that comes out be for their greatest, highest good, without harming anyone, for the good of all. Okay. Here we go. All right. So I see here that the last weeks, especially last week, that you have been dealing with a very difficult character, or you have been the difficult character. I'm seeing here a lack of patience, temperamental irritability, whether you have been dealing with overstimulation, irritability. So either you've been irritable, or you've been around someone who is very temperamental, and you have been receiving a lot of not very good energy from this person. It's unfortunate because usually when things are going their way, things are good. But when things are not going their way or your way, things can get a little messy, a little chaotic. Um so yeah, so this is the energy of last week's and the weeks before. And this week there is this energy, this sense of moving on. So either you are leaving this situation behind, this person behind, or you're realizing that certain situations take you out of character and make you act out in unhealthy ways. And because of that realization, you are leaving. So you're making the decision to leave this week. Let's see. Can you give me more information about this? Okay. Interesting. Okay. So there's just a sense of feeling of just like the passion is gone, the drive, the passion that you used to feel, either if this is a workplace or if this is a partner or if this is a family member or even a child. But I'm feeling more of like workplace environment and partner. But I'm sensing here that this week you're gonna realize you're gonna move on because you're gonna realize that the passion has completely been fizzled out of this situation, this relationship. All the plans that you had in mind, either for this job or with this person, you're starting to notice that none of the plans ever go through. That everything that was promised, it's just not happening. Like it's not coming to fruition. And there's this feeling of just apathy. You're just like, I am so like done with this. I'm done trying. Like I don't even know why I'm still here. That's the feeling I'm getting. And it's almost like you're sitting there, you've been sitting there taking it. You've been enduring. And yes, and you're realizing that you don't need to endure, you don't need to sit there, you don't need to, yes, you don't need to be there. um let's see what else. Okay, so that's what they're saying. This week you're gonna realize a lot of things that are gonna help you make the decision to move on to something else. I feel like this is happening for quite a lot of people. Um, let's see. Okay. Could you give me any more information for the future? Any advice for the future ahead? Okay. 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 Interesting. Okay. So, for future energies, I am seeing that there's this possibility of you feeling um it's like you're gonna be surrounded by people that love you're surrounded by people that care. You have not just a beautiful like immediate family, like, and I mean like, brothers, sisters, mom, dad. Your family might not be the most healthiest, we'll say the most healthiest, or the most normal. And they're saying that just because it's not the picture perfect family, at least not yet, doesn't mean that they're not family. And they're advising you to connect to your family. There's wisdom within a family that is going to help you move on from this situation and heal. Either you have a very wise mother that gives great advice, or perhaps you have someone in your family. This could be an older sibling, even an older cousin, but there's someone here that is like family, that is going to give you really good advice, and you're going to feel that support and that intimate connection that you haven't felt in a very long time. And this person in particular is going to, so they're saying to be open to receiving wisdom and advice from your elders. This week they're saying to pay attention to their words, because there's a certain message out there for you that you need to listen. And that advice is going to help you tackle any type of betrayal. It's going to help you overcome any adversity. It's going to help you overcome yeah, this is interesting. Yes, because you know what, like, if you're in the US, you know that there's a lot of really messed up things happening. And if you're, someone who's young and you're watching everything that's happening, you're just like, it can cause a lot of anxiety and fear. And sometimes this anxiety and these fears have us moving in ways that shrink us and rob us of our potential. But if you sit and listen to elders, generations that have already gone through hardships, there's a lot of great wisdom and a lot of helpful advice. So yes, so this week your advice is to listen to your elders, listen to people, older people that are going to motivate you, and you're going to realize that, yeah, you're going to realize that you're going to be okay. And you're going to realize that things don't need to look perfect or be a certain way. You're going to be able to take everything that you have learned, everything that you have gone through, and you're also going to be someone that people can look up to. You're going to be someone that people can go to for advice. So yes, this unfortunate situation that you have gone through, you're going to heal through. You're going to heal. You're going to heal. Yeah. And let's see what the final advice is. Okay, so you got brujeria, witchcraft. This is interesting. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So it says, over the centuries, many women throughout the Americas were tried as witches by colonial inquisitors because they were said to brew bewitched chocolate drinks and love potions. Throughout history, witchcraft has been presented as something to be feared, when in reality, so much of it is harmless and simply comes from the spiritual beliefs of nature worshipping indigenous and African people. Santeria, for example, is a religion based on Yoruba traditions brought to Caribbean and South America countries by West African slaves. Christians feared these rituals so much that for decades Santeria was banned in places and had to be practiced in secret, giving it further association with the occult. Just because a behavior is different or we don't understand it doesn't mean we should fear it. Viewing unusual practices from another perspective helps us to grow and expand our ways of thinking. So, the affirmation for you is: I choose to maintain an open mind and attitude. What is unknown to you that causes fear? How can you learn about it or from it? Okay, that is interesting. Okay, so the advice that you might receive from an elder could be something unconventional, something completely new to you, something that might even cause a little bit of fear. But they're saying to be open minded with the information that you will be receiving. Perhaps there is someone in particular who you've been wanting to talk to or wanting to see, but you've been hesitant because there's certain limiting beliefs that you might have. So they're saying to open your mind, open your heart, open your mind to whatever may come, especially information. So yeah, that is interesting. It could even be as simple as like taking a vitamin or drinking certain teas. It could be something as simple as that. That is possibly related to witchcraft. Some old remedies are considered witchcraft, even though they're just old remedies that have been handed down through generations. But because it's different and people don't know about it, they label it as witchcraft. So yeah, so that could be something that might be presenting itself to you this week. So yeah, so be open to different things, possibilities. And yeah, yes. So that is what I have for you this week. I wish you the best. I send you my love, and yeah, good for you. Kudos for walking away from people, places, and situations that do not have your highest good. I know that that's not a simple thing to do, but you're going to be able to do it, and you're not going to do it alone. So, yes. So, thank you guys for joining me, and yes, I hope to see you guys later.